Hey guys, it's Vera Sweeney, and I had a big call with eBay the other day. Now, I just want to preference, you know that I'm a blogger, and this wasn't a influencer call. I'm not working with them. I have no contract with these people. This was just a representative on the phone as if you were to call them. So, is this something that I can go on the record for and say this is absolutely happening? No, but this is what the representative told me when I had a claim against me that I was able to get revoked. These scammers, man, I can't handle it. It's really becoming an issue. And if you sell on eBay, you know, I've mentioned this before in a couple of videos, that eBay tends to honor the buyer and side with the buyer, even if it's an illogical request, because they want to make it a safe space for the buyer. But as a seller, we're the ones that are paying the fees, and we're the ones that are basically oiling the machine to constantly get burned over and over again. It's really becoming something that is discouraging. So here's my recent situation. I had sold a brand new DVD with photos on my high res photos on the auction. Started at 99 cents. It ended up going up to somewhere around $6.80. Sealed, jacket, whole shebang. Buyer gets it. Now, I told you I have two eBay accounts. My husband has one and I have one. I don't get any messages from the second account. So I didn't realize that the buyer had opened up a request to return, even though I don't accept returns. And in his request to return, he said, this was sold as a brand new DVD. And yes, while this DVD is completely sealed and is brand new, the jacket has a scratch on it. So I would like my money back. Now, I did not get that email, obviously, because as I said, it's linked to my husband's email and his account. So I just wasn't aware that this was happening. And apparently we had the time had passed, so there was no point for us to go and dispute it. And so it escalated to eBay, and eBay, even though eBay saw my pictures of how I sold the DVD, which is ridiculous, it is sealed, there are no scratches on the jacket, it was a completely perfectly new product that my kids just never used. They honored his request and they refunded my money from my PayPal account to this man's account. And then they said, you don't have to return the product. So he's getting his money back and he doesn't have to return the product. If that doesn't smell like a scam, I don't know what does. So my husband got an email yesterday and it said, you have been debited $9 from your account on PayPal. And I said, what's that? What do we get? Whoa. I was like, what's this about? We looked into it, we logged into that account, and we saw what happened. So I called up eBay and I said, okay. I said, listen, we're new here. Didn't receive the messages. Our fault that we did not receive the messages. But what I don't understand is I don't understand how you can listen to what this man just said. A brand new DVD sealed. He even says the DVD is sealed, which means it's new. How on earth could you say, yes, we will give you your full money back, and you know what? Keep the product. I said, why is that eBay's rule of thumb? I don't understand it. I don't understand how your choice is not, okay, you have to send the item back to the buyer, and once they get the product back, then we'll refund you the money. Why is that not in your game book? I said, why is your answer, keep the product and we're going to give you your money back? I said, how does that help me, the person who's actually paying into eBay? How does that help me feel confident about this system? The woman was very nice, and she said, I'm going to look into this. I'm going to see if I could dispute it. Hold on. She put us on hold, and she said, you know what? After looking at this account, I'm going to give you your money back. So she gave me my money back. That guy's keeping his money. Basically, eBay paid me for a call that I mean, any human on the planet, if you hear that call, a sealed brand new DVD, my photos are perfect. This man did not show any proof that there were any scratches on the DVD. How you would side with that is beyond me. So it was the right move for them to give me my money back. But it calls into question a system, an archaic system that needs to be looked at again, and it needs to be sort of revamped, in all honesty. So eBay Open just happened. A ton of eBayers just went there, and you know, my husband was on the phone with her because it was his account technically, and he said, you know, I'm just curious, why is this the way that you guys run? Like, we don't understand this. It's actually, from a business perspective, it's illogical, because you are deterring sellers from having confidence in the system. This is the third time in 10 days that somebody has tried to burn me. And by the way, it's all been with electronics. So I've had a big talk with my husband, and we said, I'm not going to sell electronics anymore. I'm taking everything that I'm selling electronics. I'm pulling it. I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not going to keep fighting this fight until they put in state what she said they're going to put in state. She said, it's so funny that you guys are calling about this situation right now. This weekend, which is probably, this is happening today, because this was like Thursday or Friday. She said, this weekend, we're having a company-wide sort of like powwow about how we need to reevaluate and rework the refund system, because we recognize that too many people are jumping through the loopholes and too many sellers are getting burned. So you will see a significantly different refund system in place within a month. This is what this woman told us. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Like, what? What does that mean? She goes, listen, she goes, I can't tell you the things I hear when all day long. She goes, this was a $9 case because it was $6 plus shipping. She goes, you don't understand what I hear. I hear PlayStations getting sold, and then the buyer saying that the box came empty and we side with the buyer. She goes, these are big deals going on that you have to, as a logical person, you have to step back and go, there's a pattern here. Like, people are scamming the system. They're scamming the good people that are just trying to sell their stuff. And different things have to be put in place to prevent this from pushing forward. So we're hoping within a month's time, there will be a new refund policy with eBay that will be stricter. What that will look like, I'm not sure. My guess is, you know, I feel like there's going to be maybe restocking fees. Maybe there's going to be harsher, you know, one strike, you're out sort of things. Like, if somebody calls up and says, this person has burned me, you know, you're completely unnoticed. Like, we're not looking for long-term trends. There's no long tail viewing of users anymore, because there is a system that if too many people get ding saying, oh, this person's scamming, this person's scamming, but how many scams do you need before eBay pulls you off the system? That I'm not sure. Maybe that will become shortened. Maybe IP addresses will become a more important factor, where, you know, the household will be banned. And so, I mean, of course, there's always a workaround. Somebody can just go to Starbucks and do it. I mean, obviously there's things, if a scammer really wants to do it, they can do it. But maybe eBay is finally going to sit down and say, let's try to make this as hard as possible. Like, let's not make this as easy as it is. They even acknowledged it was a brand new sealed DVD, and eBay credited them the money. Like, I can't understand the logic. Like, I don't understand the logic. And I think they finally are hearing our tune. They're siding with us, the seller. And listen, I'm a buyer too. You know, I buy stuff on eBay all the time. I like the safety net that is available to me, but I'm not a crook. So, like, you know, I'm trying to be a good person here. So, you know, I'm not trying to sit and go, oh, how can I scam these people? So, I mean, they almost have to hire deviants. Like, honestly, like, you know how, like, the CIA, they find like a hacker, like some 17-year-old hacker in the basement, and then they end up hiring him. You watch those movies. Like eBay almost has to go, okay, who are like the worst scammers? Like let's try to hear how these people would try to beat the system. Like these are the people that we want to hear from. I don't know. Like I don't know what has to happen. But something is happening, and it's happening today. According to the rep, again, is she just saying something to me? I don't know. I really don't think so, because the way she was speaking to us, it felt very heartfelt. I really believe that she understood us, and I really do believe that there's something going on this weekend as far as the refund policies are concerned. So we'll see. So, I'm thinking by September, first, second week of September, I think there's going to be a new refund policy in play. And I'm really, really curious to see what that will look like. So that's it. You guys, I'm heading out. I'm going to Spain. And I'm not going to be back for a couple of days. I have fish here. My poor cousin is going to feed my fish for me for 10 days. She hates me. But yeah, so I'm not going to be doing a ton of eBay videos. I put my store on hold. I have a little note saying seller is away, but you can still buy stuff. But just know, you're not going to get your stuff until she gets back. So hopefully people actually read that message and don't ding me that everything is late, because I do have a message saying, hey, FYI, I'm not here. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm not going to have a lot of videos coming up, but just keep selling and just keep it in the back burner that something is coming up with eBay, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Until next time.